This is Sheep School. In today's video, we're with a farmer with 1,000 sheep. He's farming them on 200 acres. He's quite highly stocked. He's moving towards a shedding type sheep, which doesn't require shearing. We're going to have a look at the sheep, at his handling system. I will start in his shed and see how he's housing these sheep for up to 3 months of the winter. Let's have a look.
It was originally a straw bedded shed, and when I went up first, and I suppose, look, after a few years we decided to put the slats and we dug tanks into it, and because we were housing sheep for such a long time.
3 or 4 months maybe?
Yeah, like 3 months anyway, 3 months. It is, some people wouldn't like to be housing sheep for so long, but especially on straw, and a degree of them on straw, it is hard. You have to keep them right. But we put the slats in because of that. Look, lower the labour, more sheep in the same shed. The slurry has the slurry is a game changer. The only fertiliser we spread was on silage ground last year at that stocking rate. We piped the land here home, every bit of it.
So when the season opened, you spread everything?
Yeah.
And so then a month later you'll have grass after that?
Oh yeah. And there is grass there as well because it's built up. It's closed off from October.
So it's a bit of cover and it moves well after the slurry. You have a look here. Frank has 4 big pens. You have a walk-through feeder, but you're not actually using it?
Well, I do. I actually push the mix up, but
All right.
Now, when they're just getting silage, I don't use it. But
so you're having enough feed space for meal. So how are you feeding the meal?
I'm mixing it through a diet feeder. So they need about 6 inches of feed space. You'd work off, and now they have more than that. They do a bit slightly more than that. So, but it's basically kept in front of them all the time. We would have been feeding the triplets, would have been getting up on over a kilo a day, maybe 1.2 kilos a day.
Same as that,
two feeds. And you'd be nearly busting them with meal.
Big slap of meal.
And it was nearly getting lambs are nearly getting a bit too big, and the yolks are breaking down. Now, not all of them, but you're always busting out the loo because there simply isn't the space there. And now we're feeding doubles and triples at the same ration with the feeder. They're more relaxed. There's no pushing or shoving. The triplets are still having their 3 lambs. They still have enough of milk. We'd be making silage like what a man with high yielding cows, and our silage was 80 and 81 DMD last year.
That's good stuff.
It'd be good stuff, but it's very important for the sheep to have that, especially when you're feeding like this.
Well, I notice here, I'm just looking around the shed here, I don't actually see a camera anywhere in the shed, so I would imagine you don't believe in the bait at all during lambing.
No, the camera wouldn't really be much use. It'd be good maybe at the very start, before they actually start lambing, or at the very end.
But I suppose when you're lambing and you've 80 or 100 sheep a day, they're lambing, you're never waiting on a camera watching a sheep to see is she going to lamb.
Like you could have 10 or 12 lambing at the one time. I'd be trying to get 4 hours sleep, I suppose, in the...
And you can function well on it.
Good man. Well, for the first 2 weeks, and then you start to get groggy now.
Would you have the way to work over, would say 3 or 4 weeks? 3 weeks?
3 weeks, Like we started the first... Well, look, they started properly, I suppose, from the first of March, I think, and I think we had about 700 lambs by St. Patrick's Day. Plastic slats.
The good grip actually on them slats.
Great grip, they're from jet wash. They actually would be pig slats, I suppose.
Oh, are they actually a pig slat? And you've no problem with the narrower gap. I think most of the sheep slats have a 14 mil gap. That's probably a 10 mil gap there and there.
Probably is. I no problem with them at all.
Right.
Very clean now. I've seen other types of slats.
So a spine wall up the middle here, and stainless steel slat supports across.
Stainless steel across. Just the sheep only produce about 2 foot of manure
in the 3 months.
Right. And we fill up. We'll actually put a bit of pig slurry in there.
So you find the mix of sheep slurry, that couple of foot of sheep slurry, and the pig slurry is rocket fuel, I'd say.
We're in a good area here. We have a lot of big piggeries beside. Well, not far away. It's a huge benefit. It's not, when we were building the shed, we never thought about the benefit of the slurry actually.
It was
kind
more
of a bonus.
To save on the bedding.
It was to save on the bedding, and it was to save on it was to house more sheep really.
But it's totally the opposite, I think, to straw bedding, because straw bedding, you're limiting the number of sheep metre squared per sheep, 1.2 for bigger sheep. Now I was a good bit lower than that. I was probably 0.8 per sheep in my shed, but then I have a small enough yo. But you're limiting that for the simple reason, you're too many, it gets messy. The straw gets messy. Slats is the opposite.
The more sheep you have in it, the cleaner they are. Look, the only thing we'd have to watch out for is the first week of lambing. But now even there's always somebody here in this shed 24 hours a day. There's always someone in the yard 24 hours a day anyway when they're lambing. So look, the biggest problem will be mismothering, I suppose, especially at the start.
When the rip is lambing.
There's so many sheep lambing in a small space. You're constantly moving. You'll have aunties coming trying to get
stealing lambs. I know the story.
But you couldn't blame them. Look, it's not their natural environment for lambing, I suppose, but it's just what we have. And
but sure, once you have somebody around and somebody to keep them moved on to pens.
That's the biggest job, is moving them. And this shed, it wasn't designed for. It was originally a straw bed shed, so the pens are quite deep, and we used to have about 300 sheep in it. And even at that now, you'd be bedding every second day. I suppose the ideal is to have a long. If this shed was twice the length and half the depth, that would be the ideal shed. But look, you can only do what you can do at the time.
So we're at the home farm here. This is the shed that we were in there with the slats. This is the shed with the lambing pens that we were in there a second ago. And I'll just give you a look at Frank's handling system. Simple system. Like, the more than my own, you don't need anything too complicated for sheep.
No, you don't.
So you have just the handling system, race, and a footbath. I see you have bluestone. Like the bluestone.
Only, it's great stuff, only
keep it away from the zinc.
Near that.
Keep it away from the zinc, I see my Stanley race on the side of it is actually written in a thing about using zinc sulfate.
Is it?
Don't use the copper sulfate.
No, that's that race.
So just a non-return flap in it.
Non-return,
diverter there.
Yeah, three-way divider. And we have a two-way divider to go in the front if you want it.
Good man.
I did a few of my own adjustments with that. You know, there used to be bars going over there. And
just in your way.
In your way, No, it works very well. Like,
you're fit to do most of your work with all your sheep here in a simple system like this. And you do your dose in the smaller lambs in a bigger pen, standing.
I used to divide them out and I used to separate them. But actually now I actually do them in with the yolks and the wide part. And they let them through the footbath. They go through the footbath, then I dose and they're going through as I'm dosing. So the race is empty by the time I need the last one done. And then the yolks are bringing them through the footbath for the first time. It's a lot easier. It's just simple. It's all about the flow with them as well. Like they're used to going through it, fly through it.
And the flow handling is the most important thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And what about what have you in the line? You've obviously good dogs with so many sheep.
Well, I've one great dog, but she's getting on.
It's the story all sheep farmers.
She's getting on, and I don't think you'll ever be able to replace her now.
Have you something coming on?
I have two other dogs there as well, but I don't think they'll ever be as good as her now.
But I think the problem a lot of us face is the real good dog you have, you tend to use her. She gets all the practice, and the younger dogs don't seem to get as much practice. That's what I'm finding. You know, I've younger dogs coming on, but they don't get the time because you don't have to give them the time.
Well, I try to run the other dogs with her all the time. But look, and then sometimes they don't get on either. They're constantly fighting. But no, look, you need I think it doesn't even have to be that brilliant of a dog. Well,
funny you say that. I always reckon a bad dog is better than no dog.
A bad dog is better, Like our sheep, if you went in now, I mean, look, when they're used to being moved and moving them into different fields at the minute, you'll move them grand just with the quad. But
rattle the gate.
But certain times of the year they'll actually just stand and look at you if you didn't have a dog. They will just
nearly like they're laughing at you.
They nearly laugh at you.
That's right. So,
no, we always had dogs. I don't know, we never could manage without them.
I know I admire sheep farmers that are farming without a dog because they get lots of exercise, especially a lad with no dog and no quad. He's really in for hardship.
Maybe I'll get some of the sheep guard up and see some of them working anyway.
Yeah, good man. Well, so we'll go now. Actually, we've had a good look around the yard, a good chat. We'll move around now and take a look at the sheep and see some of them out in the field, and so we'll have a look at them. Now, we're out in the field here. You'll see the big batch of sheep behind us here. There's what? 300.
70 ewes I think is in it.
There you go, and plenty of lambs. You'll see them running through the gate. We're going to move them now in a minute, but you can see if you I'll just pan round here, you can have a look at the ground here. So you're in good conditions. You're definitely in good ground. I know it's hilly, but it's a fine looking,
it's good ground.
It's a fine looking part of the world.
Ah yeah, no, it's grand. Yeah. Look.
Yeah, you've good, actually, I see something there, you have a great advantage over a lot of people. You've great stone walls, good shelter at the back of them.
There is, yeah, there's great shelter.
You'll break the wind with them.
So the lad that built them has no headaches now anyway.
You're dead right there, you're dead right. But so look, we'll move these, we'll give you a look at them running through the gap here and see what you think. So Frank is running quite a few EasyCares and half EasyCares, so we're just here to have a look and see the type of sheep that they are and how they suit his system. I suppose, Frank, it'd be fair to say the EasyCare would be very similar to the type of sheep I have. With the major exception of the wool.
Of the wool, yeah.
So you have the same type of sheep, easy lambing, maternal, good on the feet.
Yeah.
Just no wool to worry about.
No wool to worry about, yeah. So they shed their wool around this time of year. They'd be shedding. It varies with the weather. Like if you had bad weather, they won't shed, but they'll shed when the weather warms up. Whatever is in them, they'll shed. But as you can see, and you've seen the other fields, like there's no wool. Yeah, it's funny. The fields aren't littered with wool.
Yeah, it's funny. That's something I had always thought of EasyCares.
A lot of people do.
How could you have a sheep that's losing their wool?
Yeah.
It's going to be a mess. And funny enough, I have a couple of sheep that were a little bit sick and maybe would have got penicillin and they're shedding their wool. And my fields would be a mess compared to yours here.
Even if you had one ewe losing wool, it should make a mess.
That's right.
But like there's I don't know how many sheep is there losing wool, but there's quite a few anyway. There's no mess.
So you've a lot of purebred EasyCare ewes in this?
Yeah, a lot of lambs are pure as well.
I see you've run back to a purebred EasyCare, so you keep them as replacement?
Yeah.
How are you selecting them? Are you using notching at birth or?
What I do is anything that has any problem at all gets an orange tag at lambing.
Yeah. You're culling hard for any problems that you might have.
It's the most important thing when they are lambing, I think, is the orange tag.
Yeah, I think if you make the mistake of not culling hard, next year your problems is multiplied and then they get to a stage where you'd soon talk yourself out of sheep farming.
Yeah, well look, I often took a chance on one that you think, no, maybe she'll be alright.
Yeah. Funny you say that. I had one ewe, she's an 8-year-old ewe that always reared twins, and I had the cull tag in her, and when she was going up the ramp I said, that sheep's too fit.
Yeah.
She shouldn't be going. She's always bred a real good sheep or lamb or replacement or whatever. So I kept her, and she was the last sheep to lamb, and she was the last sheep I had that died. So, she was destined to die. It was just, she was at that stage of life and she should have went. But look, you need to cull hard when you have big numbers, of course.
You do. Like. We're nearly there as a gas. I'd say like another 4 years we'll probably be fully EasyCare. The biggest downside to them is probably how they look at this time of year. But the ewes are working, they're rearing lambs. There's out of the whole of this year, I think with 120 ewes are rearing singles. Yeah. So there's a lot of ewes rearing twins. They are working hard.
Yeah, good milky ewe.
Yeah, and they used to look. Everyone see a really good sheep or a real big fat sheep, but if she's real fat this time of the year, there's something wrong.
That's what I always say. If you're not keeping an eye on that fat sheep isn't putting it into her lamb.
Yeah,
it's usually the bag of bones that comes down the race at weaning time that's done the job.
Yeah, with two lambs nearly as big as ourselves.
Yeah.
So I use across the ewes, the only breeds we use is EasyCare and Texel.
Right.
So
you're mixing back and forth.
We're mixing back. Like what we would have been doing was some of the pure EasyCare ewes are going with Texel rams, and the finer boned sheep are going with Texel rams. So you kind of want a happy medium.
Yeah.
We don't want a real fine sheep either. That I want something with a bit of body to them as well. Because they do need a bit of body to them to stand up to the winter as well and the hard spring.
I think carry a bit of condition.
You need to carry a bit of condition, So like it's you need a bit of just not too taxi either. We're nearly at the stage now that they're kind of all fairly even, so we'll probably just stick with the EasyCare.
So we're back here, we're after getting a look at Frank's second batch of sheep. So you've them looking well. That's another good batch of sheep and lambs again. Right?
They're all right anyway. I won't say they're looking.
Yeah, they're not too bad. Right? They're not too
there's
bad.
a lot better sheep out there than mine.
Sure, look, well, it's hard to have numbers of sheep and have the big, bulky blocks of terminal sheep. Like, a lot of work in them. Like.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Look, it's hard to have it every way, but
that's exactly it. Hard to have.
They're not that big a sheep. We don't keep a big yo, like 70 kilo yo.
Yeah, when you're into numbers, it's hard to maintain a block of a sheep. And maybe she's not that efficient. You have a big 90 kilo yo and she's only producing a 45 kilo lamb.
Well, that's it. And you have a 70 kilo yo could have 2 35 kilo lambs.
That's it. She's producing her own body weight.
Producing her weight, and that's why you kind of want to be aiming for, you know.
That's the secret to profit, I think.
I suppose it is.
And maybe when we're on that topic, you're a man with plenty of sheep and you've good sheep. You've obviously prolific sheep and you're doing a good job. For anyone that doesn't know, is there money in sheep farming?
I suppose for the work that goes into it, if you did it as per hour, what you'd be getting paid per hour, probably wouldn't make sense really, you know.
But then it's like a lot of farming.
Yeah.
Farming, that's the nature of farming.
Yeah.
It's more a vocation than a job.
It is, but like, look, it's a great way of life. Like, I wouldn't. Yeah.
That's exactly the way I'd be looking at it.
I've worked off farm and I've worked in a few places now, just, you know, before I kind of came home full time. And I wouldn't like to go back to it. You're your own boss.
Yeah.
And once you can keep the bills paid and you're happy, sure, what more do you want? You
know,
that's
it, yeah.
And,
the more you have, the more you'll spend, isn't that it?
Well, that's it, yeah. I suppose that's it, like, you know what.
Yeah. Look, sheep farming in its nature is hard work. There's a lot of work in it, but as you say, like, it's a good way of life.
It is, it's a good way of life, and it's an enjoyable way of life. It's a nice way to, it's a nice thing. There's a lot of things I see every day that a lot of people wouldn't see. I suppose I'm hard lucky where I live, and I live in a lovely part of the country. You know, I can, you know, tip up around the sheep there in the mornings fairly early, and you see a lot of things that people won't see. I feel quite lucky. Like,
good man. Well, I think, I hope you agree, it was a pleasure chatting to Frank here today. He's a nice guy and I wish him all the best. He's help on the way in the house, he was telling me, so the workload will increase in the house now. So fair play to him, man. Thanks very much. Good man.
No bother. Thanks, David.
Thank you very much to Frank. He is an absolute gentleman. I really enjoyed having a look around today. I hope you did. If you did, you liked this idea of me maybe being on tour, having a look at different systems, let me know in the comments. Be also great to hear from you if you have these type of shedding sheep. I know there's plenty of different breeds around the world. Let me know if you have them and how they're working for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a like, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. And remember, every day with sheep is a school day.